There are many questions in the world you can ask and try to find the answers to. For example, what is the meaning of life? Are we born to die? Will she come back with the kid? You can spend many years chasing an answer, desperately running from the answers you don't like. But I'm not here to ask any of these questions. Today I have come to ask a real question that finding the answer to will be beneficial to the functioning of society. It will revolutionize life as we know it. Today, I shall find the answer to this question once and for all. That question is, can Springtrap drift? So let's get to the bottom of this now. To answer such a question, we have to look at the psychotic rabbit from multiple angles, and to do the proper analysis, we need to build up to the question by answering a couple questions, which will tell us how much the Easter Bunny is capable of. So it would be most fitting to ask first, can he ride? Our first priority would be to determine if he's too American to ride a car or not. However, we also have to decide Sir William Afton's choice of car for drifting. And from many trials and tribulations I have faced to figure this out, it all pointed to the Toyota Corolla from the AE86 series, as it comes from the right time period for someone who was very active in the local community at the time. Now, with the choice of car out of the way, we can measure the size of the rotting, walking corpse animatronic to decide whether he can even ride in the car or not. From my intense research, I have found that the average door height is 80 inches, and so we can look at this door to determine how tall is the suit from this shot. The window seems to be on the same height as the door, which means at an estimate, his height is 75 inches or so. Not including the ears, which is about 6'2", not far from the 6'4" that Shaggy is, so we'll take 6'4", which is tall, but a normal human height. And with looking at the suit to head ratio here, it's entirely plausible for him to ride a car, not to mention a gigantic Golden Freddy fitting in a taxi right here. So next, we must ask, can he drive? 2016. Driving requires more precise movements than walking or standing menacingly, staring at Casper and friends. So we must be sure that such movements are possible. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of insight into Thug's Bunny and how he moves, so we can only rely on two things. For one, he killed more children than a pit bull, and if you know a single thing about children, it's that they need precise movements to deal with, especially if you have the same motives as John Purple Guy, with a knife and all. But also we have this skillful drawing from the movie, presumably drawn by the piss hair. Now if you're in a springlock suit and potentially facing a military deployed Freddy Fazbear, yet still manage to draw this, then you definitely can do precise movements in a springlock suit, enough to qualify for driving at least. Obviously we have to confirm that William himself can drive, and as we can clearly see in the movie, this minigame, this one, this and this one too, he definitely can drive, probably even better if he was drinking, although he might face discrimination against him, being an innocent drunk driver.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman.
So, now that we know he can drive, we face the question we wanted to answer all along. Can he drift? The answer is actually both easy and a little difficult. Yes, he can drift. As we see in Midnight Motorist here, he is used to fast and evasive driving. But also look what he does when the sprites collide. Do you see? You think he crashed? No. He performed donuts and eviscerated the other car out of existence because the donuts were so impressive. However, we are talking about Springtrap, which is mostly endoskeleton moving. So can that move as good as the man behind the slaughter? We don't have conclusive evidence, but we have a solid basis for a theory. Sphinx Cat can move into the vents here, not to mention how quick he can be crawling in there. So considering how capable Sphincter Axe can be of attempted murder against his own son, I would have to say that he probably can move decently well.
That was easier than I thought it would be.
Now that I have answered an important question, I feel satisfied where that answer has led us. So if you feel fulfilled and want to show how much this video meant to you, please like and subscribe. Maybe check my previous video if you want more content like this.